welcome to the Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I'm one of your hosts, Tom.
I'm Tim.
Hello, Tim. How are you? It's been a while.
It's been 2 weeks since we
since
recorded this
recorded
episode.
Yep. You got it.
Cocked your head and said, "Hello and welcome to the Complete Guide to Everything."
Yeah. But here I am. I'm back, Tim. I'm back. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you, Tom? You went to Ireland.
I did. I brought the weather back with me.
Heyo, Tom. I am so
Cost me extra.
I'm angry about this weather. I want somebody. I'm gonna actually be angry about you. Angry with you. About this weather, because I need somebody to answer for this.
All right. Well, Tim, let me be the fall guy for it.
Right.
Sorry.
Come here, I'll punch you in the face.
And let me tell you, the airlines charged me a fortune to bring the weather back with me. They were like, you already have one check bag. Now you want to bring the weather with you?
Tom, do you know about this?
What?
They're like, we can control the weather.
Yeah,
Russia's been doing it for years.
Yeah, we can seed clouds.
Yeah, but it just costs a lot.
It costs a lot, and it could also cause unexpected consequences.
Yeah, but Russia doesn't care.
No.
This is why I can't wait for President Trump.
Tim, in Soviet Russia controls weather.
That's not a very funny joke.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be nice. When I left here, it was very nice.
Yeah?
And then when I came back, garbage.
It all went to hell when you weren't here, yeah. Sorry about that.
I have a question for you.
Okay. Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Why do potato chips have contests? Why are there contests on bags of potato chips? Where you can win things. I saw a commercial the other day when I was in Ireland that they were like, oh, you can win a vacation by buying these potato chips. And we have the same thing here. You can win.
Wait, like an instant win situation?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I haven't, Tom, full disclosure,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't bought a bag of potato chips in ages.
Yeah.
I'm an
But
adult.
But winning a contest would sway. You'd be like, oh, all right. You got to have skin in the game to win.
Yeah.
Let me buy some potato chips. Has anyone ever bought potato chips, soda, candy bars because of a contest on the wrapper?
I would say yes, Tom.
Why? Why would you? Who expects to win something from a bag of potato chips?
Tom, let me ask you this.
It's all a scam. They know that most of those potato chip bags are going to get thrown out without anybody checking. Although now I'm thinking about what if I won $1 million once from a potato chip bag, and because of my poor attitude, I won't even check.
Yeah, or maybe you win and you try to redeem it, and then they hear this episode and they're like, no,
Yeah.
and then they take you to court, and
they're like,
this man does not take it seriously.
Read the fine print. It says no hypocrites.
Yeah. Listen, you hypocrite.
Yeah.
Tom, I'll tell you one thing.
Hypocrisp.
Let's say there's McDonald's
Mm-hmm.
and a Burger King.
Right. There are.
Right next door to each other.
Okay.
Me and you are walking up, and I'm like, dang, Tom, I really feel like a burger.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you're
I'd be like, well, you're spoiled for choice.
Yeah, and you'll be like, you'll also be like, aren't we all? Because I am too.
Right.
Right? That's a phrase.
What? Aren't we all? What,
Yeah.
spoiled for choice?
No.
Hungry
in
for
the
a
mood
hamburger?
For a hamburger.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And I say, it's all the same to me. Where do you want to go?
Well, Tim, I would immediately murder you as a clone. I'd be like, this Tim's an imposter.
Wait, why?
I'd try and rip your face off. They're all the same.
No, to me at this point.
To you,
I'm burger agnostic at this point.
No.
I can't choose between whether I want a Big Mac or a Whopper.
Okay. That's fine.
So
it would be the idea of you being lackadaisical, like, hey, all burgers are the same. Then
yeah,
I'd
no.
And then I'd expect the real Tim to come out and be like, he's an imposter, kill him.
Tom, oh my God, thank God I found you.
Okay, so Burger King, McDonald's, you don't know which one you want.
Right, we're walking up to it.
Uh-huh.
And I say, choice is yours. What do you choose? If this happened right now.
Burger King.
Okay, now we're walking up. Scenario 2.
Mm-hmm.
Burger King, McDonald's. Oh, we're both hungry for burgers. I can't decide. What do you want, Tom? But McDonald's currently has the Monopoly game going.
No, the Monopoly game is one of the biggest scams going. Screw the Monopoly game. No.
Why?
Out of spite.
Hold on, Tom. But what I didn't mention was you have a trip coming up within the next few days. One stop is in Milwaukee, and the other stop is in Arizona.
Oh, because they spread the...
Yeah, now you're thinking...
So now the odds are in my favor.
Yeah, now I can get Park Place, which is never here in New York.
Yeah.
But someone in Arizona is like, why can't I ever get Boardwalk?
Yeah. But now all of a sudden, the house is at a disadvantage.
Right.
You know what? I will give the Monopoly game a little begrudging respect because sometimes you do instantly win a small fry.
Yeah.
And that's not bad,
Okay, now, Tom.
I'm just saying, if you're going to win, if you're angling to win big in the Monopoly game, you've fallen right into their trap. They got you right where they want you.
Okay, Tom. Now, there's Coke and a Pepsi, right? I know you're a Pepsi man, but...
No, I'm a Coke man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. You're drinking a Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
right
come
now.
on. I'm
Sorry.
on brand here.
Yeah.
I even have the label facing you.
I thought that was some weird product placement ad you had, deal you had.
It's both. I'm sponsored.
Just to, convince me.
Man, the other day I ordered takeout or delivery, and I checked off a Coke Zero on the thing, and they brought me a Diet Coke. Boy, I went through the roof.
And they never found that delivery boy again.
No. Well, you think this is the same? Anyway.
All right, so Coke and Pepsi.
Right.
Let's figure you're a normal person, not you.
Right.
And it all just tastes like sugar water.
Uh-huh.
But there's a chance that
Hey, don't get me wrong. I like Pepsi too.
There's a chance that it's one of them is a regular Coke.
Uh-huh.
The other one is
a Pepsi with a hypodermic needle in it.
No, even better.
Better than that?
Remember that Pepsi promotion they had in the 90s where you opened the can and the
and
winning
play
can
music?
money came out of it?
Yeah.
So you're just like, I can't choose between these two. Oh, wait, there's a chance money might come out of that Pepsi can?
Yeah, but Tim, now you're playing into my love of gimmicks.
Yeah, Tom, a contest is nothing but a gimmick.
No. If there's a gimmick involved, if something might happen, if potato chips are trying to get me to buy them through a contest and they're like, sometimes you might open the bag and confetti will pop out.
I was thinking the exact same thing. That's amazing.
Sure, then I'm in.
I'd buy potato chips every day of my life.
Yeah, so if any potato chip executives are listening, and I'm sure they are.
Tell my wife, I'll tell my kids, from now on, morning, noon, and night, it's nothing but potato chips.
Yeah.
Lay's, Ruffles, whoever has the confetti in them.
Yeah, I don't care. Maybe even Utz.
Yeah. Oh,
Utz,
God.
Utz would never have
Utz family.
Utz would never have. They don't have the money to put confetti in there.
Yeah.
Or they put confetti in there, but it wouldn't pop out. They'd be like, "There's just confetti in
it." We fooled you.
Be careful when you're eating our potato chips.
There's confetti in it, and it doesn't mean that you've won anything.
Yeah. It's just a mishap at the factory.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
All right. It's finally arrived.
What has? Oh, it's here.
It's a special double issue, Entertainment Weekly's Summer Movie Preview.
Yeah, it actually came like a week or two ago, Tim, but I've been saving it.
It is...
My apartment's like a fire hazard because of Entertainment Weekly.
You have so many... Do you read
It comes every week.
Weekly?
Tim,
yeah,
it's relentless. It's like dun 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 dun. Yeah, and I'm drowning on these Entertainment Weeklies.
Yeah. Well, you're the problem, man, because for years I'd asked for a New Yorker subscription for Christmas from my parents because I don't know what to ask for Christmas.
Right.
Like, I don't need anything. I don't want anything. I don't have space for anything.
Right.
Packed to the gills with cans of tuna.
Yeah, which is weird, but
sparkling water.
You won't talk about it.
Not seltzer, sparkling water.
Okay.
You creeps. Everybody's like, "Oh, big seltzer man." No.
Anyway, Tim, what's your point?
And for years, my mom would be like, we're not going to get you a New Yorker subscription. You know that comes every week.
Yeah,
like,
she knows.
I know. I got a lot of time on my hands, Mom.
She's like, one day we're going to have to be digging you out of a pile of New Yorker because the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
That probably will be how I die, Tom. All right.
Entertainment Weekly.
Oh, so it's the summer movie preview. So we're going to do
double issue.
Our annual summer movie preview.
Part 2.
Yeah, we already did one.
Sans Entertainment Weekly, which is kind of sacrilege.
Yeah, some garbage website was telling us when these movies were coming out.
And it wasn't Variety.
It wasn't, Tom, because you won't spring for the subscription.
Joke's on you, Tim. I have a digital subscription to Variety.
Do you?
Yeah. I like to...
Do you pay for it?
Yeah. I gotta stay in the know about all the skeins. It was like I used
the Bafo.
Yeah, Bafo box offices, non-Bafo box offices. Yeah, I used airline miles that were gonna expire. Like all the executives
good use of airline miles.
I don't have enough airline. You know what else I used? There's the only other thing I could get was a little a stuffed grumpy cat.
What?
Yeah, Tim.
You bought one of those?
No, I traded in with airline miles. No, Tim, you're looking at my toy chest. It's not even in my curio cabinet of curiosities.
This is ridiculous. Tom, you realize you could use airline miles to get flights on an airplane.
Yeah, not with this many miles, Tim. With this many miles, I could get a digital subscription to Variety and a stuffed grumpy cat.
How much does a digital... What's the street value of a digital subscription?
Oh, I don't think it's like $15 a year or something.
Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I need to know what's up.
Maybe you need to know what's Bafo.
Sometimes it's the box office. We'll see if these are going to be Bafo
box Tim, between Daily Variety and Entertainment Weekly, I've got all my entertainment bases covered. I know what's going on.
And as always, we'll tell you what's the scuttlebutt.
Yeah.
First on the docket, Tom?
Yeah.
May 20th. These are United States release dates.
Yeah, Tim, I know.
Brian Gosling and
no, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, I read that wrong. Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe and a man named Matt Bomer is in the movie.
What? Tim, I don't think that's true.
Bomer?
Okay, maybe. It's certainly not Matt Bomer.
Maybe. The Nice Guys.
Okay.
It's Tom, here's what Entertainment Weekly has to say.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very long article.
Well, then forget it.
It looks like detectives.
Yeah, I think it's like 70s detectives.
Hey, I can't get enough of that.
That looks like one of those movies where it's like, who's going to go see this?
Well,
who's going to pay? Who's going to pay at the box office to see this?
Well, we don't know. Maybe a lot of people, and it'll be Bafo Bio.
No, that's like, you know what? That movie's got movie on a plane written all over it.
It was filmed on a plane, like Apollo 13?
No. Apollo 13 was filmed on a spaceship, Tim.
No, Tom. I saw the documentaries.
No.
I seen it. From what I understand, Tom,
mm-hmm.
and this makes a lot of sense about how Hollywood works, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It was originally supposed to be a television show.
Okay.
And this movie essentially, like, the treatment for this movie
was a backdoor pilot?
Was supposed to be the pilot for the show.
Okay.
And then the writer realized, I don't have anywhere to go with this. So like, this very clearly was like, True Detective. We need something like two detectives riding around talking.
Two detectives are both true.
Yeah. Tom?
Mm-hmm.
You'll be seeing this on a plane one day?
One day I'll take a flight to see this movie.
I feel like I will earmark this before, Tom, you know this about me. Before I get on a flight, I look up and see what movies will be playing.
Oh, I didn't know
flight.
you do it before. I like the surprise.
Oh, no. I like to know.
I didn't know that information was available outside of the plane.
Oh, yeah. You can do some research, Tom, on the internet.
Wow.
And I like to plan out what movies, but literally every time I have a couple drinks
and just fall asleep.
And I call an audible and I put on what do I watch? I watched the Lego movie one time, but I just fell asleep. And
Right.
it was so loud, it kept waking me up. I was angry at the Lego movie.
No, because, and you know what? I'm not even saying it as a slam to this, that it's an airplane movie. Because the thing is, you don't want to watch a movie that you really want to see in an airplane.
Yeah,
But
that
this-
is a slam, that you don't want to see this movie.
But at the same time, like, unless you're planning on falling asleep, you don't want to put on something that you have no interest in seeing.
Yeah, I just want...
Somewhere in between. Something you can give half attention to.
Yeah.
Or not even half attention, that you can, like, come in and out of and not be like, wait, what? Because let me tell you, trying to use those controls to rewind and fast forward on the plane,
Oh, God.
get out of here.
Makes me sick.
It'd be easier to fly the damn plane.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah,
Pilots, their job is a lot easier than society gives them
I'd like
credit
to.
for.
I'd like to see Sully come back and cue up a movie to the exact scene he wants.
Good luck, Chesley Sullenberger.
Yeah, you know, Tom Hanks is playing him in a movie.
I know. I have mixed feelings about it, Tom.
Right.
Look, I do think
It just seems that seems just like too on on the nose.
Yeah, I mean,
like, who are we? We'll make a movie about America's hero. Who will we get? America's hero, Tom Hanks.
yeah, it's going to be a movie about Tom Hanks, starring
Oh, that I'd love
Sully
to see.
Sullenberger.
Man,
Come on, bosom buddies.
you know who I really like lately is Colin Hanks.
Yeah, because he's like exactly.
He's the
Tom
heir to
Hanks.
the throne.
Yeah,
Great.
and he looks just like Tom Hanks.
Yeah. 40 more years. 40 more years.
Yeah. Okay. That is, what was that called? Smart Guys?
Smart guys. Fall guys? No. Tricky guys.
The nice guys. Huh?
Nice guys.
All right, Tom,
Uh-huh.
get ready for May 27th because
Yeah.
that's the day after my birthday.
Tim, you skipped Captain America Civil War.
Yeah, we talked about it last
Did
time.
we?
Yeah.
Well, there's always time to talk about it more. I'm going to go see it tomorrow. Very
Okay.
excited.
Yeah, you know what? This is going to be old news. And guess what? It's old news to the rest of the world, Tom.
Yeah, everybody else has seen this. Dan, you can get I mean, somebody told me that you can get the bootleg of the Portuguese version already online.
You know what they did?
What?
They took Abraham Lincoln and slapped him right in his face. They're like, we're going to make a movie called Civil War. It's going to be about the American Civil War, and we're going to put it in America last.
Yeah. If Lincoln were alive today, he'd
This
be
is-
rolling in his grave.
President Trump won't let that happen, Tom.
No. No.
We get all the movies first
Yeah.
when he's president.
Yeah. Remember when we used to get all the movies first?
Yeah.
And then you'd hear about, in Siberia, they got the movies 5 years later.
Yeah. Because they stink.
Yeah.
Because America was great.
Yeah. And hopefully it will be great again. Starting with movies.
All right. Tom?
I don't get, not to get off topic for a second, but I was watching a thing where they were talking about, specifically with Captain America Civil War, like, how come it gets released? And they're like, oh, they release it in those places, and all these other places around the world first to fight piracy. I'm like, yeah, and then they get pirated there.
Yeah. What's the big, like...
They release them first in Russia because piracy is so prevalent in Russia and China. It's like, yeah, but then they're like, great. Now we've got the pirated version before it's even available in America.
It's a damn shame. Sad, as some people would say
Sad.
in a tweet. All right, Tom. May 27th, a special day because it's the day after my birthday, as we said. And the release date for the soon-to-be classic Alice Through the Looking Glass.
So there's another Johnny Depp movie.
Yeah, and also Mia Wakasaki
Mia Wakasaki and Johnny Depp.
and Sacha Baron Cohen.
Oh, who's he play? The Mad Hatter? No, Johnny Depp plays the Mad Hatter.
Then who plays Alice?
Probably the lady you said.
Yeah, maybe. It's directed by James Bobbin, Tom.
That's not.
Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a different guy. He did the Muppets movie.
Okay. So what's Tim Burton doing that he can't be troubled to make? Because it probably still looks like a Tim Burton movie, right? It's in that universe.
The other thing that I don't understand, Tom,
Mm-hmm.
that first Alice in Wonderland
Yeah.
movie, like the Tim Burton Alice
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Wonderland movie, made like $100 billion. Like
Who went and saw that?
that was one of like the most successful movies of all time.
Yeah. you know what, Tim? Sometimes the box office is boffo, sometimes it's crazy.
Sometimes it's boffo, sometimes it's
well, that's what
bozo.
Like maybe you'll get to it, but that like the Huntsman movie, like that.
We talked about that one last time too. You have complete goddamn amnesia, huh?
I do. It's a medical condition. Well, that's probably what reminds me. But yeah, that movie made like a ton of money. And it's like, I don't know who these movies are for because they seem like not movies you'd necessarily bring kids to because they're like a little edgier than that.
Right.
But they're not edgy enough to be like date movies or like movies teens go to.
I'll bring.
You'll bring a teen
I'll
to
bring
this?
A teen date to this Alice Through the Looking
All
Glass.
Right. Sure, they appreciate it.
Johnny Depp in it, Tom.
Yeah.
It looks like. I mean, I bet it'll be pretty good in 3D. Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Why won't anybody go see The Jungle Book with me in 3D?
I'll go see The Jungle Book. I heard it's fantastic.
Let's go tomorrow night.
No, I'm seeing Captain America: Civil War tomorrow night.
Yeah, but cancel your plans.
Tim, I'd rather murder you with my own hands than cancel these plans. Do you know how hard it was getting seats?
Did you have to? What time? What showing are you?
7
going
o'clock,
to?
Tim. The first one available.
And what time are you planning on getting there?
Probably like 6:30.
That's it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna go out of my mind. Well, although I've done this for like all these movies recently, and then had to sit in the front row and be like, "Nerds getting here too early."
Yeah, you should get there at least at 5:30.
Yeah, I went. That's what I did for Batman Superman. I was the only one there not wearing paraphernalia.
Which, don't act like you're better than that.
I am better than that, Tim. I like to keep everything.
You bought a
secret.
No, you bought a $500 Batman.
No, it was like
costume?
$350.
Yeah, but how much was the shipping from China?
Shipping was like $150. But I wouldn't wear it out, Tim. It was just for me.
All right, Tom. Here's a movie that'll really get your motor running.
All right.
May 13th. These aren't in chronological order.
Of course. Why would they be?
It's Entertainment Weekly. They follow their own rules.
They got to keep things interesting.
Yeah.
They know you're getting the magazine every week. They got to keep something not in chronological order.
The Money Monster.
Who's the Money Monster?
Our old friend, the Clooney. Georgie Clooney.
Georgie Clooney's the Money Monster.
Georgie Clooney's the Money Monster. Finally plays the role he was born to play, the Money Monster.
Wow.
Also, America's female sweetheart, Julie Roberts.
She's back.
She's back, baby.
What was the last thing she was in? She hasn't
Mother's
been anything
Day.
Oh, she's in that.
She's got a scene. It's her. Get this, Tom.
Yeah.
It's her and Jenny Aniston.
Wow. Finally together.
Yeah.
And they're on a date together?
I think so. Or their mother.
Their moms? One of them's the mom, the other one's the daughter?
Yeah, that might be it.
That seems like not believable. They're both roughly the same age.
So that Mother's Day movie is
Gary
like like that New Year's Eve and Valentine's Day, which everybody goes out of their way to like mercilessly shit on.
They must be making money.
Yeah, and it's also like, gives a crap.
Yeah.
There's always somebody funny in it. Like, there's always, like, good people in it, and they're like, oh, I can't believe Jason Sudeikis would do this. Or, like, in this one, they're like, oh, I can't believe Cameron Esposito would do this. It's like, no, because they made more money than they ever made in their
and
lives.
They have to probably go and do, like, a week or two of work.
Yeah, and maybe you catch a glimpse of Jenny Aniston on set.
Yeah.
Can you believe
that she's finally married?
Is she?
She finally found love. Yeah, she's married to Justin Theroux.
Here's the thing that maybe I've brought up a million times, but maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
All that time when Jennifer Aniston was looking for love.
Yeah, we all remember.
Yeah.
The nation remembers.
Whenever I would go to CVS, it would be prominently displayed on the counter on magazines.
Not at a sign.
Jennifer Aniston
still single.
Day 6042, not finding love.
Yeah. Which I thought was just a very mean thing for CVS to do.
Yeah. A weird situation there at the CVS. No. Maybe she's just a mean lady.
Jenny Aniston?
I know she was nice on Friends.
Right.
But like she was an actress.
Otherwise, how would she have had so many good friends?
That's true. Well, she only had 5 friends.
That's true too.
But that's more friends than I have. Tom,
mm-hmm.
How many phone calls would you be able to make? How many friends would you call if you were arrested?
Uh-huh.
And had to bail you out of?
Well, but money wouldn't be an issue.
Well, that doesn't.
All right, let's say not money. Because,
would you call me if you found yourself in jail?
Mm-hmm.
Would I be in your first 3 calls? Taking family out of it.
Yeah, taking family out of it. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like you're in jail for something really embarrassing.
Okay.
Like you can't be like, "Hey, mom, here's the thing. They picked me up for
Yeah, the thing I do.
I walked up to a cop and kissed him on the mouth.
And this time they finally got me. Yeah, Tim. Yeah, I would call you if I was in.
Would I be top 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you live nearby. You live in the neighborhood at least.
I'm reliable.
I'm not gonna call like some old college friend or something.
Yeah. Okay. Money Monster, starring George Clooney and Julia Roberts, directed by Jodie Foster.
Ah. And what kind of movie is it? Is it a comedy? Is it a comedy of errors?
Tom?
Is it a slapstick?
No, it is deadly freaking serious. So wipe that goddamn smile off your face.
I can't thinking about that trio of talent.
Yeah, Clunes is a Jim Cramer-esque.
Oh, monster.
Money man on the television.
Like a mad money man.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
From what I understand, Julia Roberts is his producer.
Okay.
And she looks like ruthless. Like, you get out there and you be the money monster that America needs you to be. And then this other guy, I think Jack O'Connell, which sounds like he's from Unbroken, which is another thing, I think.
Okay.
According to this. He comes in.
Unbreakable. Yeah, I've seen that.
He's an armed man who hijacks the show after a bad investment tip costs him his life savings.
Okay.
So already they've ratcheted up the
stakes are high on this one.
But from what I understand, this devolves into some sort of like conspiracy movie where it's like, oh no, the money monster, instead of just being
like the Julia Roberts movie Conspiracy Theory.
Right. Who is in it? Oh, Mel Gibson. Melly G.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know his conspiracies.
Yep. Yeah, we haven't heard Julia Roberts' conspiracy theories, but we've heard Mel's.
You heard that? I think not enough people saw that movie. And he's like, oh, well, I got some other theories that you might be interested in. So that's the Money Monster, Tom. Will you be seeing the Money Monster? What's the scuttlebutt?
You know what? That actually sounds pretty interesting. I hadn't heard about that movie, but I am interested in seeing it.
I would like to see it. I think I'm going to leave there. I already know what my review is going to be. And everybody's always waiting for my review. It's this. That had such potential, but it got ridiculous.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, it looks like that. Kind of one of those movies. Sometimes just let a movie be what it is. Tom, Neighbors 2? It's a movie.
I have not seen Neighbors 1, Tim, so and you know what? Neighbors 2, I'm seeing that the two guys are friends in the trailer, so now Neighbors 1 is ruined for me.
Oh, brother.
I would have never thought that the two men who were fighting in the movie would become friends at the end.
Wouldn't it be crazy if you didn't? Let's picture a world where Neighbors 2 did not come out yet, right?
Yeah, okay.
And it hasn't
Tim, that's the world we're in.
Yeah, it hasn't even been announced.
Right,
say.
okay.
And you're on a plane, and you're like, oh, this movie Neighbors that came out a couple of years ago, I'll put this on.
Yeah. I'll bite.
And you're watching this is a frat house romp. I see how this goes. Oh, Seth Rogen's older, and there's a frat house.
Yeah.
But it ends, Zac Efron slitting Seth Rogen's throat and killing him.
That would be a crazy ending.
And then you'd be like, oh, that's why there's no sequel.
I don't think that movie would have done nearly as well.
I think it would have made no difference.
I doubt that.
Because nobody wants to go.
That first Neighbors movie made Boffo box office.
Yeah, I know a Boffo Beal, but also people didn't go in being like, I want to see Zac Efron and Seth Rogen be friends.
Yeah.
They just want to see a romp, It doesn't matter what happens in the last 10 seconds before the credits start rolling.
Well, I think probably in the end of the movie, they become friends.
Yeah, I've seen it, and that does happen.
Yeah.
But what if it didn't?
Or what if Neighbors 2 started with a throat slitting?
No, I'm saying, Tom, here's the thing.
Tim,
the wrap up to the movie is pretty abrupt because the climax takes forever, and they're bitter enemies up until.
You sound like my ex-wife.
Who's that a knock on?
I don't know.
All right.
Hey, we like to have fun here.
Yeah. So they're not friends until there's 30 seconds left in the movie.
Right.
It's one of those movies where it wraps up and then it's we'll put a little cute button on it.
Tim,
Instead of that cute button was just.
Yeah. No, people went. Tim, this is why you're not a studio executive.
Tom, spoiler alert for the first season of 24. That the first season of 24 was everything you thought it would be. Oh yeah, FBI guys running around doing things, and then boom, they kill Jack Bauer's wife, and it ends on
for kind of no reason.
For no reason, but that's when I was like, oh, I'm sold on this show.
Yeah.
So Terry Bauer needs to die. Seth Rogen's character in Neighbors 1 needs to die. You get Tim on board. Angry Birds the movie, Tom.
Yeah,
May 20th.
That's a few years too late, huh?
Well, Tom, they made it with computers.
Yeah, they've been rendering.
Yeah, they've been rendering since 2008.
Yeah.
2006, when was this?
The iPhone came out 2007. Apps came out 2008. So Angry Birds was probably 2009.
The Angry Birds game didn't become a global obsession by appealing only to kids, and the movie about the battle between catapulted birds and the pigs who stole their eggs don't ignore grown-up fans. Oh, it's going to be one of those animated movies that has, quote,
sex
subtle,
jokes.
dirty jokes in it. Yeah. Some stuff. Oh, a guy, John Vitti, who wrote some good Simpsons episodes.
There's good voice talent in it, too.
Josh Gad.
From
Josh Grad. Everybody craps on Josh Gad. But I feel like when he came out in the Book of Mormon, everybody loved him.
Well, I think he made a lot of poor career decisions.
Good for Gad. Bad for
God.
Jason Sudeikis and Bill Hader.
You should be writing variety headlines.
Good for Gad, bad for God.
Yeah, that would be my review of Book of Mormon.
Yeah. All right. So the Angry Birds movie, what's Scuttlebutt? You going to see this, Tom?
No. Probably never going to see Angry Birds the movie.
But what if they go
Oh, then I'll see it. I like that.
Sean Penn's doing a voice in that as well.
Oh, God. Is he going to catch El Chapo again? What an idiot. Did we ever talk about what a big idiot Sean Penn is?
I just didn't. You know what? I stayed ignorant of that situation. Because when I saw that there was a thing, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get mad. This is one of those situations where I'll be like, man, Sean Penn's a real dummy. But then everybody calling him a dummy.
Right.
I'm going to hate them, too, because they're going to be, too invested in it or something.
Right, when really it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just like, you know what? I don't need to be mad at literally all sides of this.
Right.
I'll just read something else.
Well, I just read it because I thought it was about Chappie. I thought he was going to interview Chappie.
Yeah, I have a
Chappie.
Google alert set up for Chappie, and it kept malfunctioning and sending me all this El Chapo. I think that's Chappie's name. Unfortunately, it was something the filmmakers didn't anticipate, that the Spanish translation of Chappie is El Chapo.
Yeah. Well,
maybe that's why the movie did so poorly.
Well, it's just like how I Frankenstein was Yo Frankenstein in Mexico, in España. I Frankenstein with what's his name? With not Victor Frankenstein, I Frankenstein with Harvey Dent. I'm blanking on his name.
The handsome man.
The handsome man. Well, before the acid.
Yeah.
Or, well, it was fire. And
so it was filmed before Aaron Eckhart got splashed with...
yeah, presumably. Or they used CG to put the other half of his face back.
They can use CG to do so much. Like, that first... like, those scenes in Ant-Man where Michael Douglas is young Michael Douglas... It's like, well, why have actors at all anymore? Or why can't I be an actor and they'll just make me handsome?
Just make me young Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
I can do
Tim as Michael Douglas.
As young Michael Douglas.
Wall Street era Michael Douglas. You can be like Marathon Man era, what's his face? Dustin Hoffman.
Great.
And then we could have a great movie together. The Complete Guy movie is going to be great. It's got some great talent lined up.
It really does.
Yeah. Were we talking about anything else, or should we move on to the next?
Yeah, we were talking about Angry Birds.
The next Bafo.
Let's see what's next.
Oh, wait,
did
you want to talk about Chappie, El Chapo?
Oh, just that I turned Chappie off after 20 minutes. I was just like, this is terrible. I can't watch this.
No. That was not the story you were going to tell. Tom, May 27th, the day after my birthday, we're going to be doing a lot of theater hopping, Tom.
Great. I haven't done that in a long time. And like when I was a teenager, that was like a big thing. Like you go and you like sneak into other screenings. And then you realize as an adult that like theater employees could not give less of a shit about what you do.
And
especially I feel like even if you got caught, if you were like, I'll buy a soda, they'd be like, okay, no problem then. That's where we make our money anyway. You can stay here all day. There's like a coffee shop. As long as you buy a soda once in a while, that's fine.
And also, it's like, they don't care even if you buy a soda. Because it's just like...
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're not...
That soda that you're going to buy
sharing.
is going to be more than I made in the last hour.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. And I'm going to have to do some work to make that soda.
Yeah. They don't make the soda there, Tom. They just
serve the
it.
Theater I go to does.
Ooh, artisanal sodas, huh? May 27th, X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah.
You famously tricked me into seeing the previous X-Men movie in
Days
Dublin,
of Future
Ireland.
Past.
Yeah. We were supposed to see the Days of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Edge of Tomorrow.
No, Edge of Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Both titles had day in it. Who knows what's what?
Well, no.
You know what? X-Men movies, I like X-Men movies because I'm never like super excited about them. I don't think I've ever gone to like an X-Men movie when it like, day of. I was never like a big X-Men fan in the comics, but especially the past few when I've gone to see them, I was like, that's pretty good. I like that. Like Days of Future Past was good. First Class was good. The last Wolverine movie, The Wolverine, was good. So I'm in.
That last Wolverine movie, they named it The Wolverine.
The Wolverine.
I think it's funny that they do that. Like, they're referring to the next Ben Affleck Batman movie.
The Batman.
It's The Batman.
Yeah.
As if, like, that gives it some aura of, like...
It gives it gravitas.
This is serious.
Yeah.
The Wolverine. Like, well, that's how we know that this is art.
Well,
and not, like...
Well, and also there's only so many ways to, like, put the character in a title. They can't be like, and then the next one's called, Wolverine.
What about, like, Wolverine and the Goblet of Fire?
No, because that's Harry Potter.
Yeah,
but they do that
like
sometimes.
Wolverine and Wolverine fights Doomsday or whatever.
Batman v Superman.
Yeah, but that's different.
Yeah. But then they were like, no, but then put Dawn of Justice after, because it's not long enough.
Or like the epic battle, a Wolverine story.
Well, the one before it was X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah.
That's too...
colons. Just call things and we'll know what they are.
Yeah. Well, but that's what, like, it's like my favorite thing to this day about Christopher Nolan's Batman movies is that he made 2 Batman movies that did not have the word Batman in them, in the title.
Was that your favorite thing about those movies?
It's one of them.
Yeah, those movies were boring.
You haven't even seen Batman Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, I know. Because it was a snooze fest. I heard the title of it and I immediately fell asleep. So this stars Jennifer Lawrence, Oscar-winning Jennifer Lawrence.
In her last performance.
Ever.
No.
Wow.
Posthumous performance.
She got out?
No, she's like publicly said like, yep, this fulfills my contract. See you later.
What I don't understand.
I don't want to keep doing these movies where I have to be just naked and painted blue. Thanks.
This happened with Jennifer Lawrence, and it also happened with Kristen Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking Jennifer Lawrence in The Hunger Games.
Yeah.
And Kristen Stewart in Twilight.
Mm-hmm.
Two like very popular series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That like it was like
based on books, already have like a super fervent fan base.
Yeah, and they went in and they got these roles that were like competitive to get, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then like immediately, like before they finished shooting the first movies, they were just like, I'm too big for this crap. Oh, I'm a serious actress. Get me out of this crap.
Well, and what's her name with 50 Shades of Grey did it before like the first movie even came out.
Yeah, I mean she
was right. She was more right than any of them, but still.
And I'm trying not to think that this is just or say that this is just a thing that women do, but like also they're kind of crappy roles, right? At least in Twilight. Twilight's a crappy role for like.
Yeah. I think that's that's definitely a big part of it where it's like, cool, I signed on for this gigantic commitment and like, there's not like too much. Well, I think it's probably mostly that it's like, yeah, it's great that we have this like diehard fan base, but like I'd better do something 100% authentic to the book here, or I'm going to be eviscerated in public by the fans of this. Like I've got no wiggle room. I've got to stick to the book. So like, like it's fine, but it's not like I can really stretch my legs here and like try something interesting.
Right. They roped in Oscar Isaac and Michael Fassbender into this stuff, into X-Men Apocalypse.
I believe this is Fassbender's last contract.
Oh, he's been
he was in the last two. Like they got all these people for like three movie contracts.
Even Oscar Isaac, he's been in
this is his first one.
All these people cashing in.
Yeah, I mean, good for Oscar Isaac, like, and good for him. Like, I mean, he's in the Star Wars, and everybody loved that character. So, like,
oh, Tom, today is May 4th.
Yeah,
it's Star Wars Day. They were you could rent The Force Awakens for $4 tonight. I was gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do that when I get home.
You should do it. It's a fun movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Oscar Isaac in it, like you're like, man, what a guy. I like to hang out with Oscar.
Yeah, I knew that from the other 10 Oscar Isaac movies I've seen, Tom. I think we could be friends.
But he's a bad guy in X-Men, so it'll be interesting to see. And like not a bad guy like he is in Ex Machina, like he's just like a straight up bad guy.
When I was a little kid, I thought I would be good friends with Macaulay Culkin if we could just hang out. Now if I saw Macaulay Culkin on the street,
yeah, you cross over,
steer clear.
Yeah, especially if he had traps set up.
All right. Finding Dory.
That's Finding Nemo.
Yeah. Ellen DeGeneres.
I don't think I ever saw Finding Nemo.
I never saw it.
Yeah.
All right. So can we move on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen to that paper rustling. You know we've got a real physical copy.
Ooh, Tom, this is something that I have absolutely no interest in.
Okay.
That I think you are oddly excited for.
Okay.
Jeff Goldblum.
Oh,
Bill
Independence
Pullman,
Day?
and Liam Hemsworth. Not Helmsworth, Hemsworth.
Okay.
In Independence Day, Resurgence.
Nope, I have absolutely no interest in seeing that movie.
Right, who cares?
I rewatched Independence Day like last year. That is a garbage movie. That is not a good movie whatsoever.
Let me ask you this, Tom.
As a kid, like when I saw it in the theaters, it was the best movie I'd ever seen.
Yeah,
it was
and
Citizen
also,
Kane.
You were 14.
Yeah, it was just like, this is everything I want.
You want to know I liked that movie for reasons that other kids, like for different reasons from other kids.
Oh, you were a hipster kid? You're like it for
no,
the
no,
wrong
no.
reason.
This is by all accounts lame.
Okay.
But I was like, Judd Hirsch is really good in this movie.
Oh, that's terrible.
Freaking Judd Hirsch, because like I had just gotten into
Is Judd
Taxi.
Hirsch back?
This is what I'm looking up. I don't think so. I don't think it's.
Come on.
This is BS.
How
No, he is. He is.
Oh,
he is.
thank God. Yeah, because
Julius Levinson.
how much? Yeah, how much could Judd Hirsch possibly cost to get back?
Yeah, Judd Hirsch. Well, who they got? They recast the president's daughter.
Yeah.
Which was stupid because
yeah, because she went on to become a famous person, a known person, a known entity.
Yeah, I'm glad she's not doing this.
This movie seems like a weird, like they're cashing in on nostalgia, but it's like, but is there nostalgia for Independence Day?
And like the wrong part, like if they got like Will Smith back, there would be that nostalgia.
They killed his character off.
Wait, what?
Yeah, like in the viral campaign stuff already. There's like a website with an article about like it's like the hero pilot, whatever his character name was, like crashed into a telephone pole and is dead. Like wrote him off in the most like just
like Valerie on Valerie's Family, unceremoniously killed off.
Well, but that had repercussions.
Wait, what?
With Valerie's family.
Yeah, sure. For a few episodes, Tom.
Yeah, but come on, they need to move on.
Yeah, it wasn't like but it was like one episode of like, oh yeah, your mom died.
Yeah,
and then it was like, and now back to wacky antics. Like a week later, you're fully recovered from that.
Yeah. And Hogan's family?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Hogan family.
Yeah, the Hogan family.
Not
Screw
Hogan's
Valerie.
Family, like Hogan's Heroes.
The Hoagie family. Man, I'd watch a show called The Hoagie Family.
Yeah.
Running a hoagie shop.
Now You See Me Too, starring Jesse Eisenberg, Daniel Radcliffe.
Mm-hmm.
Was he in the first one?
I don't think he was.
And Lizzie Kaplan, who I like very much.
And Woody
Harrelson?
Yeah. No, Boyd.
Oh yeah, and Dave Franco.
Yeah. I never saw the first Now You See Me.
To me, seems like the ultimate plane movie.
Yeah.
Like I would watch the hell out of that movie on a plane. And we're guys who love magic. This movie, like,
well, but you know what, Tim? We love magic so much that maybe we don't want to see this and it will disappoint us.
Tom, what did I send you today?
Article about magic.
A Chris Angel article.
Yeah.
It turned out not to be that great.
No, it kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Like him.
Yeah, exactly.
It lived up to expectations.
Well, Chris Angel, he's a friend of mine, so I don't want to say too much, but
the titular mind freak.
Tom, the thing about
you sent me that article, Tim. I spent a good chunk of my day just stuck in my head coming up with like better titles for that article that would just involve puns, like you'll freak out when you find out what's on Chris Angel's mind.
Yeah, that's too long. That's too wordy.
I know, Tim, and that's why in my head all day I was churning like, all right, how do we tighten up this title?
Now You See Me Too. It's about bank robbers that do magic.
Yeah, they're like heist. It's like a heist movie about magicians.
The Four Horsemen are back. This time facing a wealthy recluse and failed magician played by none other than Harry Potter himself, Daniel Radcliffe.
So he's playing Harry Potter in this movie?
Evidently, according to Entertainment Weekly. But for their big return, the illusionists found themselves missing one member. Isla Fisher.
The person whose contract could not be renewed.
They say that her pregnancy kept her from being in it, and they got Lizzie Kaplan. Anyway, Now You See Me, one.
Yeah.
Just known as Now You See Me. Was like one of the biggest movies. Like it was like,
and again, that's another movie that came out where I'm like, who's this for? Who's seeing this? Like, I don't think this movie's gonna do well, but it did. Did well enough that they fast tracked a sequel.
Yeah, no, it did like amazingly. Like
Man.
It was like the biggest surprise hit. I don't understand, Tom. They made a Warcraft movie.
Yeah,
with big names like Travis Fimmel. Dominic Cooper.
Is the whole movie CG or is it a mix?
It looks like a man with a beard feeding a very large bird.
I'll see that. I saw like the trailer for it and I couldn't tell if it was all CG or a mix.
You know who directed it though?
Yeah, David Bowie's son.
Duncan Jones. Yeah. He did Moon, right?
Yeah.
I never saw Moon.
Oh, Moon's good. Moon's very good.
I know. I'm just...
Tim, you gotta go home. You gotta watch The Force Awakens. You gotta watch Moon. You gotta watch Now You See Me.
You know what I watched last night? For All Mankind. Have you ever seen that?
What is that?
It's just footage from Apollo 11 or whatever.
Uh-huh.
What was the moon landing?
11, yeah.
With a Brian Eno score. It's really good.
I'd watch that.
Yeah. Not like stay up till 2 a.m. when you have work in the morning.
Right.
Good.
Not that kind of movie, but...
Yeah, but I did it and it was fine. Tom?
I did it, and look at me now.
July 15th, the day that a bunch of nerds will jump from buildings. Because guess what, boys? The ladies are doing it for themselves. The Ghostbusters are now she-Ghostbusters. What?
Yeah, Lady Busters.
Yeah.
Man Busters.
Can I say one thing?
Yes.
The original Ghostbusters movie was fine. It was good.
Okay.
That's it. Like, it's not one of the greatest movies ever. Anybody who thinks it's one of the greatest movies ever is because, like, you saw it when you were a kid.
No, it still holds up. It is such a good movie, the first one.
It's a good movie.
No, it's a very good movie. The first Ghostbusters, like, if I had a whole day to sit down and really think things out, really, like, I had a bunch of paper, I could write stuff down, I think Ghostbusters would be very high up on my list of favorite movies ever.
You take Bill Murray out of that movie, it's a bad movie.
No, then you got more room for Danny Aykroyd.
Oh yeah, like in the Blues Brothers cartoon.
Here's the thing about Ghostbusters. That was just such a weird mix of like, and honestly, I will give a lot of credit to Danny Aykroyd because like.
Well, apparently his first script for it.
Was unwatchable.
It was
I'm sure.
Just all mythology.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it is such a weird, like, lightning in a bottle mix that you get enough of that weird, crazy mythology mixed with like very good comedy and very good like a thriller horror type movie. That's actually, I saw somebody criticize the Ghostbusters with the trailer that I think is the thing where I was like, that's what it is. That's why when I see
this is why Tom hates women.
This is why I hate women. No, because the women that they have casting it, that's actually like great casting.
You hate Melissa McCarthy. I love Melissa McCarthy.
I don't hate her.
All you have to do is watch this one SNL monologue. She comes out in high heels.
Oh yeah, he told me about this.
The best physical comedy I've ever seen in my entire life.
But like Kate McKinnon, that's perfect casting as like the Egon of the group.
Leslie Jones, Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy. Here's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold on. What was the one thing that the MRA said that resonated with you?
No. It was that the lighting is wrong. That like Ghostbusters is a comedy, but it's lit like a horror movie, lit like a thriller, and this movie's lit like a comedy.
You know what?
And that's what's like off about it.
You can't tell from the trailer.
I can't.
Like this isn't.
I can't. Tim, I went through it frame by frame.
This is a new movie,
mm-hmm.
and this is what I wish. If they wanted to make a supernatural comedy, with these 4 very funny people, they should have just made one not attached it to all the baggage of this movie that, like, Ghostbusters 2 is dog shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
can we agree on this?
No, I like it. I like it, but I completely understand why a lot of people don't.
Yeah, it's not a good movie. It's a bad movie.
What
your
about...
words, not mine, dog shit. Now... This, like, why, like, half the Ghostbusters movies are terrible. then the Ghostbusters, the animated series,
Mm-hmm.
terrible. And I'm not talking about the one with the ape. The one with the ape
You're talking about
is
the real
great.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Ecto Cooler. Terrible. So, like, you add all that up, 80% of anything that ever had the Ghostbusters name.
Right.
Terrible. You get these 4
super
funny
diminishing returns.
women, put them in a movie
Mm-hmm.
without the franchise of something where it's all tired. Like, stop. Like, you can't play to the nostalgia and then also be like, well, stop getting mad because we changed it.
Right.
It's like, I agree they shouldn't get mad because you changed it because, like, this should be a new thing.
But you can't have it both ways.
But I just wish, like, they didn't feel like they had to do Ghostbusters or, like, I don't know. Also, like, they mucked up the trailer.
Well,
and
that's what I was going to say.
said,
Melissa McCarthy said, she pointed out, like, wait, no, why are you saying 30 years ago this isn't a sequel?
Yeah.
You're confusing.
So anyway,
no, that's what I think the biggest problem, and the movie's not going to do well. I think
it'll do really well.
I don't think it will, because I think the thing that they really screwed up is that everything is those half measures where they're trying to have their cake and eat it too, where they're trying to be like, no, this is a separate universe. It's reinvention, but we're going to keep the old logo, but we're still going to have it be for people.
Every Paul Feig movie is good.
But we're going to have it be still in the firehouse. Like,
every Paul Feig movie is great.
I would have much preferred, no, and I agree. I've always liked all of his stuff. I would have much preferred either, like, keep it in universe, keep it as, like, this is the new recruits.
Tom, here's the thing that you and the other men's rights
listen.
activists don't understand. Nobody cares what you preferred.
No.
They made a fucking movie.
Well, no, listen, this is what I'm saying. Either do that, if you're going to make it, I would much prefer take all this talent, make another paranormal thing. Make your own thing, because
maybe Paranormal Activity 7.
Do that. That's what I would prefer above all. But I get, like, you need some kind of franchise nowadays to make a summer movie. Either make it
because people like you, Tom.
Make it in universe. Make it actually 30 years later, and, like, Ghostbusters has become a franchise, and this is, part of it or whatever. Or do a radical reinvention. Start from scratch and be like, all right, just the idea of Ghostbusters, that there are people who exterminate ghosts, and start from scratch. But I don't like that it's like they're trying to do both, and I think it's
Tom,
just going to be.
How come you're okay with the different Batman origins or the different Batman movies then? Because it's all the same origin stories.
But that's like that's a character that's 75 years old. That
but it started somewhere.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
These are characters that are 30 years old, Tom.
Yeah, but it wasn't
They're getting older. 35 years old even.
But it wasn't that, like, the third Batman story ever told was like, all right, now we're going to, like, reboot it.
Well, movie-wise it was.
Yeah, but they're drawing.
They did it 3 times
but
already.
They're drawing,
in my lifetime, Tom.
But they're drawing from a huge amount of source material, where Ghostbusters is not drawing from a huge amount of source material for a reboot.
Google.
They're not taking stories from the Ghostbusters cartoon series and being like, no, there's some really good episodes. We're going to bring that into the movie.
Look, Tom, I don't like you sexist pigs being like, well, it's not going to do well, obviously. I hope it's the biggest movie of all time. I hope
it is too. Like, I like all those. I like everyone in it, everybody involved in it.
All those what, Tom? Were you going to say broads?
Hey, look, you know what? For broads, they're really funny. Not as funny as men, of course, but no, of course. Like, they're all, like, I honestly think, like, my biggest problem is that, there's so many people that you're never going to satisfy. The 4 women and Paul Feig, like, no, all you guys together have made great stuff. Don't do this. Nobody's gonna be happy with it. Do something else.
People would be happy with it if they just didn't hold ridiculous baggage to some shit that they saw when they were 7 years old.
No, because I really think that
you have so much baggage.
No, at the very least, that first Ghostbusters, like I said, it was lightning in a bottle. That it is like they shouldn't have made a Ghostbusters 2. There shouldn't have been a cartoon or merchandise or anything. There should have been that one Ghostbusters and been like
the Batman fanatic.
Yeah.
Arguing against
the
franchise.
Batman.
Yeah. Anyway,
Ghostbusters was not meant to be a franchise, in my opinion.
Well, you should write a letter.
I've
shove it up
so
your
many
fat
letters.
ass. That's what you should do with that letter.
No, I've been mailing them to Sony.
No, you've been doing it wrong. Shove it up your fat ass and see what happens.
What do you think will happen?
Do you think it's absurd that Melissa McCarthy hosted Saturday Night Live this year with cast members Leslie Jones and Kate McKinnon and former cast member Kristen Wiig? And like they didn't do Kristen Wiig wasn't there.
Yeah.
But they didn't do a Batman not Batman. They didn't do a Ghostbusters thing?
Yeah, because I'm sure that's so like tightly controlled by Sony of like, look, like here's when you can start doing any kind of promotion for this stuff.
Any kind of buzz is great buzz. Tom, Buzz Aldrin, Buzz Lightyear, Buzz from Home Alone.
Well, that was not a great buzz.
In the second one, I'd already...
Not if you were Kevin.
Well, you've heard my Home Alone 2 theory where Buzz is a better person than Kevin. We're finally
right.
hip to this fact.
At least not a psychopath.
Yeah. Or you just, like, he did this. He ran away. Yeah. Kevin ran away. Oh, yeah. Can I say one
thing? Buzz
was
was the voice of reason in the second one.
He was. And they kind of acknowledged it in the last scene where he was kind of the patriarch.
Right, yeah.
Like
he got to open his presents first.
Yeah, but like Mr. McAllister doesn't give a speech.
Spineless wiener.
Mrs. McAllister doesn't give a speech.
Yeah.
Who's in charge? Buzz?
Yeah.
Buzz is the one who's like deciding how everything goes. All right, fine. Yeah. Go. Well, these two parents are complete freaking mess ups.
Tim, is this your subtle way of endorsing Donald Trump?
How so?
Just like, hey, look, these other bozos, they're not doing anything.
The people in charge have let us down. They lost Kevin twice.
Exactly. So let's put Buzz up there.
Time to let the fuck up asshole come in. And, and another thing, Tom, I've been reading these Harry Potter books some more. And you've seen the movies.
Yeah.
Here's what I don't understand.
I've read all of Robert Galbraith.
It's not relevant. He's a wizard, right?
You're a wizard, Harry.
He's a boy wizard.
You're a wizard, Harry.
They knew from when he was a baby, he defeated Voldemort, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like a legend.
Right.
They sent him to live with the Dursleys. I told you about how they should be tortured and killed. All right. But he goes...
Tim, your other subtle endorsement of Donald Trump.
He goes to Hogwarts, right? And he's a regular guy there.
Yeah.
But people...
Well, he's not regular.
This is what I'm saying. People meet him and they're like, oh my God. Like there's whispers.
You're a Potter, yeah.
But then all the freaking teachers at Hogwarts, they're like, they're always getting them in trouble. They're like, for being in the wrong corridor. It's after 9 p.m. and you're in the East Corridor? Harry Potter, we're going to expel you. They keep, like, hanging expulsion over him. It's like, he should be your boss. He's the guy that drove away.
Oh, come on. So you think he should just have a run of the place because of that?
I think they should cut him some slack.
No.
Stop yelling at him for being in the wrong place.
No, they're keeping him in line.
Oh, no, guess what? Okay, so the first year, he goes, and he keeps getting caught out of line because he's investigating a thing.
Right.
Turns out freaking Voldemort's back, and if he didn't go and defeat him, Voldemort would have come back and destroyed Hogwarts, and he prevents that from happening, and they're like, great job, Harry Potter. And, like, even though they tried to stop him at every freaking step of the way, being like, oh, it's after 9 p.m. and you're in the dark corridor. What are you doing here? We'll expel you. And then he gets back the next year after defeating freaking Voldemort against the wishes of all the professors who tried to stop him. And then they catch him in the hallway again, and they're like, we're going to expel you. You attract mud in the hallway. Why don't you cut this kid a break? He's saving you. He saved you twice already. He's not even 12 years old yet. Give this kid a friggin' break.
Well, Tim, later on, they do cut him some more breaks. You find there's reasons for everything.
It's disgusting.
But they're just, you know what? And also, they're trying to appeal to kids. Kids always think they're right, but adults are always keeping them down. and you know what? Just kidding. Rowling knows she's getting kids riled up, just like you're getting riled up. And now you're identifying with Harry, like I'm doing this too. And they're always telling me to stay out of the halls.
33-year-old man on the subway getting red-faced because Professor fucking Finch comes in and is like, Harry, what are you doing? You're tracking mud in here. Like, God damn it, Finch, let him do what he's doing. Voldemort's back, you...
Well, if you like the show, you can go to tcgt.com to find out more. You can email us at completeguideeverything@gmail.com. You can like us on Facebook, facebook.com/completeguide. You can follow us on Twitter @completeguide and on Instagram @tcgte. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram @Tom Reynolds.
You can follow me on those things your pal, Tim.
If you want to support the show, 2 ways. tcgt.com/Amazon. Do your Amazon shopping. We get a kickback.
That's the easy way.
And tcgt.com/pledge.
That's the fun way.
Where you can support the show through Patreon and get a bunch of cool stuff like Amazing Facts, our mini podcast. This week, we talked about
the etymology of some famous phrases.
Yeah. We'll say what the phrases are.
Mine was,
get your goat.
Yeah, get one's goat.
And mine was mind your beeswax.
Yeah.
So find out.
I hope people listen to Amazing Facts first because yours was
now
kind of a reveal.
It was a reveal.
Yeah. Maybe we'll bleep that.
Yeah. No, I'm editing. I won't do that. And yeah, those are the things to check out.
Reddit.
Reddit.com/r/TCGD.
I keep meaning to post something in the Reddit in appreciation of Kat, who does the quotes account and a lot of the Reddit stuff.
Yep.
It was her birthday last week. Happy birthday, Kat.
Yeah.
I hope it was a good one. She doesn't listen.
No, too busy.
She's too busy running the Reddit.
Yeah. And a lot of trolls. No, there's no trolls.
Yeah, don't troll us on Reddit.
Tim, why are you... Tim, now you're just giving people ideas. People are going to post Harry Potter spoilers there for you.
That's all right. I know a lot of the stuff. Dumbledore does.
Oh, Tim, now you ruined it for everybody.
It's fair game, right?
Harry Potter spoilers? Well,
the last book came out in like 2008.
Yeah. Now it is.
Yeah.
Because you said spoilers. If you haven't read Harry Potter yet or seen the movies, tune out.
Would you... part of me just wants to have kids so I can read them the Harry Potter books. I am all in on these friggin' Harry Potter books.
What book number are you on?
2.
Tim.
Ridiculous, right?
Yeah. I mean, and they get better and better from what I've heard.
You don't know. You haven't read them.
I saw the movies, though. The movies get better and better. Like, I think it's 3 or 4. I was like, man, this is a great story. So, there you go.
Well, something to look forward to. I don't like all that wizard stuff.
Well, Tim, that's what the books are about.
Yeah, kind of.
They take place at a wizard
stuff.
school.
I like. There's a lot of good people to be mad at in these books.
That's what you like about the book.
A lot of people keeping Harry down.
Yeah, and he's a likable protagonist.
Yeah, it's a goddamn shame.
And Daniel Radcliffe, I really like him.
Yeah, you probably dislike that farting corpse movie he's in, huh?
Oh yeah, that's a weird thing. No, I was thinking of was it Equius, where he's naked with the horse?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. What were you thinking of? See you next week.